Now we wait for the thing to tell us it's good to go.
Your OBS is red. You are dropping frames. Congratulations.
You won.
No. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Lucky.
Yeah.
Babies,
Very
redneck mode.
Also, I forgot to include chat. Oops.
Babies, redneck mode. Bum, ba, dum,
Chat.
bum, bum, bum. Uh-oh, the ogre has a perfect idea.
No thanks. I'm good.
What would that be? Sir? How the fuck do I get out of this hole?
Alright. Hi there. Hey guys. Welcome
Yay.
to Talking Time with Caffeine. Season 5, Episode 45. And tonight we don't have Vandalia once again, but we have What's Up 279 with his frozen ass camera, and Schnick 1990, and of course
Don't
me.
share my camera window, just fucking share my share screen window. Schnick, how the fuck do you get out of this
Your
hole?
screen isn't even being shared, Brandon. I'm just gonna let you
Yes,
know.
it is.
What? I think...
No, it's not.
Hang on, I'll lower the gravity.
Brandon, no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I don't see his screen being
Yes,
shared.
it is. Oh my
Schnick,
god,
do you
fucking
see-
Skype, dude.
Schnick, do you see his screen being shared?
Shit, Skype.
I don't think so. Well, that's because I don't have it looked at. So, Brandon, did you get out of the hole?
No, I
Okay,
still can't get out.
Tonight
Here.
we're going to be talking about dangerous situations.
Alright. I am out of the hole.
I guess I'll start off because mine's pretty short and it's the only thing I can think of right now. And well, there's another story, but it's pretty lengthy.
You talking about Callie?
Yeah, that fucker.
Again.
Yeah, again. Well, nothing has happened with me and her again because I don't think we're gonna be seeing each other ever again. Thank God. But
Sure.
okay. Well, anyways, so pretty recently, I was walking to my dad's truck to be picked up from the school, and I'm walking on the sidewalk, and it's kind of crowded, but it's not too terribly bad. Not minding my own business. Keep in mind, I don't have headphones in or anything. So then, this guy just comes out of nowhere on his bike at a high speed in a crowded spot, and I turn around and I barely dodge out of the way before he nearly runs me over with his bike. So I yelled at him something like, "Hey, fucking watch where you're going, asshole." And I had a teacher that I knew from my last school year, which was my history teacher, and she was right there. I don't know if she necessarily saw the thing go down or if she was just next to me when it happened. But when I yelled what I yelled, my history teacher, my old history teacher, was like, "Oh, Adam, you can't cuss." And it's like,
Oh,
what do you
fuck
mean
her.
I can't? Yeah, and I'm like, what do you mean I can't cuss? My freaking health was endangered just now. Hello? Why aren't you stopping him? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I argued with her about it. Like, no, it does. I don't care if I cuss.
Adam,
What?
the window's open.
Brandon, you love the UFO ogre?
Okay, that's nice. What do you want me to do about it? Not have cool air?
What would you say, Brandon?
So loud.
Yes,
Well,
the
sorry
UFO.
that I talk loud. Is that a problem?
Your window is open.
Yet again, Adam is being...
Okay, well I guess I can't have freaking cool air. Thanks, Mom.
An unidentified flying ogre.
Ogre, get back
I
here.
fucking hate having to deal with that shit. It's so fucking annoying. Oh
Yeah?
my god. Seriously, so the
Stop
fucking,
moving, you
so the
fucker.
fucking teacher literally just straight up tells me that I can't cuss, yet someone nearly runs me over and she doesn't do shit about it. I legitimately got fucking
Damn
pissed
it.
off at that. And dude, I swear to God, if he
I'm
does
surprised
that
that-
shit again and he nearly runs me over, I will seriously try and catch up to him, tell him to stop, and tell him that you nearly ran me over twice.
No!
You need to watch where you're going, or else I'm going to have to tell the staff what you look like, so then they can spot you the next time they see you, so then you don't fucking run me over again.
Yeah.
And if he does run me over, then I'm gonna be really fucking pissed off. I'm gonna be hurt. He's probably gonna fucking crash, and all in all, I'm gonna fucking cuss him out too. I'll cuss him out because I don't care if he got hurt because like it's his fault because he ran into me. I mean,
No,
if he
quit
got,
fucking moving.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, like, if he fucking, I don't know, broke his head open, that'd be, like, a different story. And, yeah, that could be a possibility because he didn't even wear a helmet. And he made a sharp left turn just to freaking avoid me while I had to dodge out of the way at the same time. But, yeah, if he freaking broke his head open, that'd be a different story. But, like, if he didn't get that badly hurt, then yeah, I'd be cussing him out because it's like, what the fuck? But the main problem in this situation was just my fucking teacher. She was like, seriously, not even doing her job. Basically, here's the message that my teacher was telling me. Oh, if you don't get hurt and you do something, then you're in the wrong. Not that person, you. The victim. Are you fucking kidding me? No, I'm not gonna fucking stand here being a victim and have not justice fucking being served. You know? Like, fucking give him a warning or something. Next time you see him.
No!
I don't understand what's so hard about that, you know? You should expect someone to cuss at some point because, well, nearly everyone cusses. So, I don't get why you have to tell me, oh, I can't cuss. I get that there are certain exceptions, like when you're at a church. Yeah, obviously you can't cuss there. I understand that completely. But if something happens that causes you to cuss, then, you know, depending on what it is, it could even justify your cussing, honestly. And in this case...
You know, that reminds me, you know that the guy who played Mario in the live-action Super Mario Brothers movie?
What?
He hurt his hand in an on-set accident, and apparently he was yelling curse words big time.
He did?
Yeah.
Wow.
On a side note, the ogre is dead.
So where is the ogre?
So yeah, I think that's
Oh
about
yeah, I
everything
forgot to
I wanted
dismember
say for
his
that
body.
Story. Brennan, do you have any dangerous situations you've been in?
Nope.
What do you mean, no?
I haven't really been in any dangerous situations.
Oh, bullshit. Come on.
I'm telling the truth, I pretty much haven't been in any of those kinds of situations.
You can't seriously tell me that you've never in your life have been in a dangerous situation.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Let me try asking this in a different way, if I can think of a different way then, because I don't know if my definition of dangerous is the same for you. Have you ever
Onion.
injured yourself?
Well, yeah, but not seriously. Like, I've never even broken a bone.
Well, I've never broken a bone either, but I've burned myself before.
With fire.
With hot objects 2 times in my life I can really recall.
Chocolate pudding
And
is
then I
my
nearly
fucking...
And then I nearly burned myself with food one time. Like, for instance, one time... Okay, the first time I really recall myself being burned, so I was an autistic fuck back in the day, and, okay, that was a cringy use of words, but, okay, anyway, so, when I was a kid, an autistic fuck...
Don't worry about anything.
So I was trying to cook
What?
I was trying to cook a burger patty, on the stove, and
Burger Petty.
whatever. And you know something stupid that I did?
What did you do?
I touched the pan with my
What?
finger.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Because I was autistic. What else?
Oh my god, Adam.
Well, yeah, I touched the fucking pan, like, I don't know. I'm not really sure why I would do that. Apparently I thought that was a good idea at the time or something and fucking burned myself. And so my dad proceeded to give me a cup of ice and water and put my finger in it. And then
Wow.
and then years later, last school year as a matter of fact, I'm going towards the school, or no, actually no, not going towards, I'm at the school, I just arrived, and I'm going to park my motorized bike that no longer works, and I somehow burned myself on a hot surface. It probably was part of the bike's frame. Yeah, it probably was. It was probably part of the bike's frame that was just exposed to heated air. So,
Oh my god!
yeah, I guess that's pretty much what I can say. And I burned my pinky, my right pinky, because of it. So I had to basically do a sloppy job of locking my bike up, and then I had to run practically across one side of the campus so then I can go to the nurse's office and get my pinky healed up. And my nurse is a fucking asshole. You know why?
Why?
Well, first off, he had to make me sign in first before he could even do anything. And I don't really understand why I have to sign in to the nurse's office. That doesn't make any sense.
I guess to see that you're not cutting.
I've never been asked by any other school to sign into a nurse's office. Not once. This school makes me sign into the nurse's office. I don't get what the point of that is. But the most ridiculous part, though, is the fact that he made me sign in before he even healed my pinky. Like, he literally, he was sitting at his desk, he gave me the thing to sign in, and he didn't get up and do anything until after I gave it back to him.
Wow.
So it's not even like, oh, he didn't heal it because he didn't get to that part yet. No, it's he literally didn't even get up until I gave the thing to him, and then he got up and did something.
What an ass.
Oh.
And because it was my right pinky, and I write with my right hand only, I basically had to write in a really awkward way. I guess something like this, maybe? Or like this, I don't know. But the pinky had to be out like I was holding... oh, wait. My pinky had to be held out
Ooh.
while I was holding my... wait, oh my god, I can't fucking talk. I had to hold out my pinky like you hold out your pinky when you're holding a cup. Like this. So yeah, that's my burn story. Brennan, do you have a burn story? Or a story in which you injure yourself in some fashion?
Hold on. Hercules, knock it off!
Oh yeah, he is laying down here.
Ooh, Miko?
Yeah.
The baby.
Oh, now he's going up.
You woke him up.
No, my ma woke him up. He normally sleeps with my mom and dad.
Oh.
Because it's part of it, like my last dog, he has a bit of a routine where he always wakes my dad up at like 6 in the morning to take him for a walk. Either 6 or 7.
Well, I guess
I do have a story where I got injured.
Go ahead, because apparently Brandon doesn't have one, I guess.
Yeah, like, it's just simply retelling the last story from last week.
Oh, damn it.
Because you kept saying, oh, no more, and then you... then I told it anyway, and you and Vandelia were both annoyed at me.
Yeah.
So now you get to pay more attention to it. So, what happened was, there was this one kid who really did not like me, yet he sarcastically pretended to be my friend, and me, being elementary school schnick, believed him. And, yeah, he did a lot of things, like don't forget, I did a lot of retarded things as a kid, so I probably had it coming. But he accepted an invitation to my birthday party, and then intentionally did not come just to spite me.
Oh my god.
And, yeah, so a couple of days after an incident where we couldn't go on a field trip, for some reason I started imitating a scene from the Rugrats episode Reptar and Ice where Tommy gets launched in the air and lands in Stu's arms.
Yeah? Like,
yeah.
Fucking imitate shit.
Yep, and one time when I did it, this one kid kicked the chair out from under me as I was sitting back down, and I went toppling over. I still distinctly remember hearing a sound comparable to that of a bowling ball hitting bowling pins. And the first thing I remember was I was making this big breathing sound. I was like,
Really?
yeah.
Fucking dying or something?
Yeah, I busted my ass big time.
Holy shit.
Eventually, a teacher who was coming to evaluate our class actually escorted me to the nurse. The nurse gave me an ice pack to put on my ass. And then what happened was, we happened to have a fire drill, or a fire alarm going off at the same time, and we had to go outside.
Oh my god.
And thankfully I started to feel better 1 hour later. And I go back to the class. I'm like, oh, what happened to the kid? Oh, he's at the principal's office.
Oh, nice.
And the thing is, there was one situation where the same thing happened, except it was far worse.
Why?
So there was this one kid, I don't remember his name, he was some Asian kid. I remember at my preschool graduation, he wore a friggin' business suit when all us other kids were just dressed nice, so that might be a little overkill. But for some reason, there was this other kid, I don't know why, but he the other kid that did it to me got away with it because he claimed it was an accident, and maybe it was.
Goddamn.
And he kicked out the chair from another kid on purpose, and apparently the kid fell in such a way to where he needed to go to the frickin' hospital, and I never saw the kid who did it ever again.
Oh my god, he must have been expelled.
Probably.
No! Fucking fuck!
That's what happens when you deal with Scream.
Scream! Stop! Scream!
In case anyone's wondering, they're both playing G mode. I'm not.
Fuck! I killed myself. See, the only time I guess would technically be a dangerous situation would be when I had appendicitis surgery, but I didn't ever feel like my life was threatening.
That's actually pretty serious.
You should talk about that.
I personally didn't feel like my life was threatened. So
We'll talk about it.
okay, fuck.
Talk about it, but not with your mouth full. What the fuck?
Okay, so like you know when you wake up in the morning and you like stretch out?
Yeah,
Well,
I guess.
One morning in 2015, I was doing that after feeling like shit the night before. God damn it. And I get up and stretch, and I stretch in such a way that it's so bad, I fell over. And so then I tried to stand back up, thinking, oh, maybe I just stretched wrong. But no, I couldn't even, hardly stand. The pain was in my stomach so bad. So my mom took me to the doctors because she thought I had appendicitis. But my dad was just like, nah, it can't be appendicitis. You're not.
No more to Batman anything.
How dare you? Okay, anyways. So yeah. She took me to the doctors. The doctors evaluated me and they were like, yeah, you have appendicitis. So we rushed to the hospital and then I had surgery and that was it.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I never had appendicitis.
I've
So
had...
you still
I
have
was
your
concerned
appendix,
my sister would cause it.
You still have your appendix, so it might go off one day. Hopefully it doesn't.
Yeah, I know sometimes it goes off because of an infection, and other times it goes off due to being hit in the wrong place.
I think from what I remember, because this was 2014, I think the doctor said it was because I had a virus.
Oh, wow.
Oops, my Brendan crashed.
Shut up. Protogen
I
can't
lost-
save lives.
Oops, my friend crashed. I lost my friend. But he had life insurance. Life insurance isn't enough. You need one-up mushroom.
Oh my god. What the fuck, Adam?
Well, it's only mushroom that keeps people from dying forever. Think beyond the first life. Think 2 lives or more.
Ogres are like onions.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck. But yeah, I had a surgery one time as a kid, but it was only for tonsils, so... Or I believe it was tonsils.
I've never had Actually, that's wrong. I had surgery once when I was a baby.
A baby? Like,
Yeah.
really?
I think so. That's what my dad told me.
Oh, wow.
When I was like a little bit less than a year old, maybe.
I guess another dangerous situation I can think of. So, okay, here's an interesting one. So, I was sick at the time, and I was still in Colorado, and I was just laying on my bed, minding my own business, looking on YouTube, and, anyway, so I'm on YouTube, just looking at random shit, and I start to feel something, weird about, I think, around here or so, and I was like, oh, that's a weird feeling, I'm sure it'll go away soon. It doesn't go away. I start to notice it a little bit more and more by the minute. And I'm like, what the hell? What is this pain? Or not
No,
pain,
you're
but what
still
is this
not
feeling?
dead? Fucking goddamn it, Scream!
So anyways, so, yeah, I start to notice it more and more by the minute, and it starts to become a painful thing. And it was minor pain, and it would just keep going on, and it got very painful at one point. And well, okay, so I was sick. My parents' bedroom in my old house was next to my bedroom, and my mom was in the basement at the time, and my dad was sleeping. And since I was sick and had a sore throat, I had some Halls that I could use. But
for a second, I thought you were gonna say Tums.
So instead of using Halls for my throat, I decided to use my Halls to throw at my closed door to make loud sounds while also yelling at the same time. And the thing too is that I couldn't get up because the pain was getting that bad. Like, I legitimately could not get up. It was that bad.
I'm dead. Yes, I finally killed Scream.
And as I threw a couple more Halls at my door, I was worried that I wasn't gonna be able to have any more to throw and then get screwed over. But luckily my dad woke up before I ran out of Halls. He came in my room pissed off because I woke him up, and I told him about this weird pain and that I need help, I guess. So then my dad gets my mom, and they see what's going on, and they eventually decide that they're going to call the ambulance. Not 911, but... well, I don't think 911, but just whatever ambulance number they used. And by the time they're calling them, my pain is like extreme pain at this point. Like, I can barely move or anything. But then, as the ambulance is called, all of a sudden, something eerie happens.
What?
The pain just suddenly stops. Just stop. No more pain. Instantly. Not decrease gradually, just stops on a dime.
I think a ghost was trying to possess you.
So, yeah, it just fucking suddenly stops. And I'm just like, what the hell? And now, at this point, I'm scared that I'm going to have my parents think that I was lying the entire time because I just seemed to be fine again. Luckily, they don't think I was lying, and the ambulance comes to the house. They inspect me and see what's going on, and I'm told to go to a nearby hospital, but this is not an emergency, however. But I was still told to go to the hospital. And we were given the option of either having my parents drive or me taken by the ambulance vehicle, and apparently it would cost extra to take me by their vehicle. So
it does.
I'm not sure why, but...
it always does, even when you're using the 911 number.
That's stupid. Well, anyways, so... my parents decided to drive me there themselves. And the doctor there inspect me, and they said
no more scream anything.
They said that I seemed to be fine, but if I'd like, I could stay there for a night. And I was given the option of either going home or staying there for a night. And I didn't really know what to do, considering the fact that the fucking pain was that extreme, and I was worried that it was gonna happen again. But eventually, we came to a decision of just going home. And then, after that night, it never happened again. That was the one and only time it happened. Pretty fucking scary, huh?
I think you were being possessed, but your soul was so strong that you fucking denied the ghost. Ah, fuck.
Really? Like, you legit think that?
Maybe. What the hell are you doing to my body?
Oh.
No!
What the fuck?
Did I just appear as an error to you?
No, you're Harry. But the wand you're holding is an error.
Well, I'm holding a magic wand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your error is magical.
It is magical because it's from the magic labyrinth of I Am Mean.
You nearly made Brian choke.
I I am mean.
So, what did you have in your mouth when you were almost choking? Food, water, or what?
Food.
Food? What food?
Food.
What food?
Food.
What kind of food?
Good food that you cook in the oven and not the goddamn piece of shit
Yes,
microwave.
what? Harry just turned
you're
to the
eating,
dark side.
Oh, you're eating pizza rolls.
No, I'm eating boneless hot wings.
What?
Brandon, Harry turned to the dark side.
Oh my fucking god, you one-shotted me!
Harry's now using the killing curse.
Adam, why don't you fucking switch my stupid frozen window to Gmod?
Well, there's two reasons why I can't do that. One, because in case Vandalia gets a copyright claim and I don't have him here to permit me to do that. And second, because you're not sharing it in the first place.
I am fucking sharing it!
I don't see it anywhere on the freaking Skype window. Schnick, do you see it? Because I don't.
I just see it as frozen. Webcam.
See? He just left.
No!
Oh, there he
I
is.
can't believe you did that!
Train ass bullshit Skype window fucking cock munching fucking dick licking piece of shit whore.
Oh my god. Well, Vandalia, if this gets a copyright claim, I tried
Damn
warning
it,
him.
shared the wrong window. Adam, it's fucking Gmod. Chill.
Yeah, but I'm just worried though because fucking I swear to God, I got copyright claims because of quote-unquote visual content. I'm not even joking.
Brandon, was that eventful?
Yeah, you possessed me and then raped my body.
Mmm. That sounds sexy. I mean, what?
Dog, go away, dog.
I thought you were gonna be like, you are a gay motherfucker.
You are a gay motherfucker.
Hey, look, I only sucked that dick one time. One time!
Hey, so look, I only sucked that dick one time. One time! So you what, I'm a gay motherfucker?
Oh my god. So, anyways, let's see. Schnick, you got anything else?
For getting hurt?
Dangerous situations.
Dangerous situations. For dangerous situations, for me personally, well, there was falling on my goddamn ass.
Yeah, I guess you could say you burned your ass that day. That's why they had a fire drill.
You set me on fire!
Speaking of burning people's ass. Speaking of burning people's ass, oh my god.
There's nothing even left of my body!
Jesus Christ. Burning your existence away.
My god, Schnick.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Look, he's fucking happy about burning a guy to death.
Like I said, Harry's turning to the dark side.
Oh my god.
You're a wizard, Harry!
You're a wizard, Harry.
Anyways, so... yeah.
I don't think I have any other stories of me getting hurt.
Anything that you'd consider dangerous, though?
Anything dangerous? I could retell the snake story.
Never snake.
If you want to.
You made me drop my weapon! What the fuck?
How did you drop your weapon?
Because Snake is
Very honest.
using axe.
So you want to retell the story,
Ow!
or do you not feel like retelling a story?
Well, I was sitting in a goddamn... I was...
I killed myself.
So I was sitting inside of a room that was set aside for me at my ma's summer camp to edit the camp video I was making all week. And I go to the bathroom to use the sink. I look at a hole in the wall, because apparently there was a hole in the wall from a wall panel that was removed by the staff. And I see a snake curled up on the edge of the wall panel.
Yeah.
It slowly slithered inside the wall, and I ran right out. I did not want to go back in. Not helping matters was the fact that I had to stay an extra night because my sister wanted to hang out with friends.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Is there anything else to the story?
Well, no one got hurt, but still, I've seen rattlesnakes up there before, so I could have got bit.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Rattlesnakes are very, very, very dangerous.
Yep.
Let's see.
Harry Potter's learned a spell of how to use a gun.
Oh.
Call of Potter. No, Call of Potter. Wizard Warfare.
Call of Harry Pothead. Where the fuck
And
did
now
you
Why
go?
wouldn't it
Potter
be
can't
Call of-
escape. Goddamn.
Why wouldn't it be Call of Hogwarts? Or something like that.
No,
Because it's only about Harry.
No, wait. If you're gonna go that route, then here's what I'd say in reply to your frickin' Call of Potter. So, you wanna know what it should really be called?
What?
Wizard 101.
Are
Oh
you
my god, Adam.
kidding me?
Are you fucking serious?
Yes. Very serious.
Wizard 101. I fucking...
Do you even know what Wizard 101 is?
Yeah, the shit-ass...
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was expecting a better reaction than... Oh.
Because ogres.
That joke was so bad, the server's now lagging.
Anyways, so... I got another one. So I was learning... well, I guess I was learning how to ride my bike, kind of. Maybe, I don't remember, but like I was... I mean, I had the gist of the bike situation, and I was riding down my old neighborhood one day, and I actually lose balance somehow. I'm not sure how I lost balance, but I somehow lose balance, and here's one of the most painful things I've been in. My elbow, and I was not wearing elbow or knee pads, probably because we didn't have any, but I did wear a helmet, but my elbow was literally grinding on the asphalt street.
Ew.
That shit fucking hurt bad. Though it wasn't like, oh, I need a skin graft or anything like that, but it still fucking hurt. Like, oh my god. I think it only happened once, thankfully, if not twice. No, only once. And honestly, that time it wasn't even my fault. It was just me somehow losing balance and not knowing what to do about it. What else is there?
What else can I break?
Well, I guess I might as well get the elephant fucking Callie out of the room.
You might as well get the elephant out of the room.
So anyways...
This is fucking Xbox.
Alright, so... Callie, I fucking... Okay, she was
Holy shit.
she was...
Where the hell did you go?
She was a friend of mine, but I'd call her a fake friend. And basically, she did some extremely stupid shit. Like, she was, no joke, retarded, let's just say. And that's not me using that as an insult. That's me literally thinking she's a retard. Because she did extremely stupid things. And pissed me off to the point where I would actually fucking punch her. Oh, and mind you, this would be like during middle school slash like, well, actually I don't think high school, but no, wait, actually yeah, high school included. But at the end of middle school, or wait, no. Well, I guess it was the end of middle school, but at like near the beginning of high school and the end of that summer break. So, I go to her house, even though she's grounded. I'm not sure why, don't ask me. In fact, that's why I should also say in a few moments, but I go to her house. I think I was home alone. And I go there and, you know, we're just messing around while she's home alone. And eventually we roughhouse in their house. And for some reason, I decided to grab my iPod 4G and start recording in like a first-person view. Again, don't ask me why. I was still retarded during this, but I don't know what my thinking process was for. But I did that, and I put her in a fake chokehold. And when I mean fake, I mean like, okay, so here's the throat, right? Actually, no, wait, I might as well use my own throat. Here's my throat, right? Pretend this would be her throat. And this would be, like, my arm. Oh, wait, no. Okay. Notice how much space I have. I could literally do this and be fine. I can fucking pretty much do almost anything with my head and I'd be fine. And the arm wouldn't really be touching my neck. If you want to know how a chokehold works, you put your arm around the neck, maybe like this or something, I'm not sure, but you put it around the neck and just fucking do that. It's hard for me to even show because I'm only using it myself, but yeah. And then you choke the person. But really, if I have this much space between her neck and my arm, I think I'd be fine, or I think she'd be fine. But instead, she decides to actually make an attempt to hurt me and fucking claim that I was choking her and she was coughing, which is completely fucking bullshit because she didn't even cough. If you were to watch the video that I recorded, she did not cough whatsoever. And then things eventually escalated to a point where she grabbed a fucking knife. And this was after her telling me to not do it again, which I agreed to. We stopped roughhousing at that point. I was just petting her dog while she was looking on Facebook, and then she fucking starts beating me again, and things escalate to a point where she fucking grabs a kitchen knife, and I run into her room, not knowing where else to go, and she fucking is swinging her knife at me, and I don't know how, but I fucking got the knife out of her with one hand free and the other recording. So, I get the knife away from her, but then she eventually gets it back. Then she grabs another knife, so now she's dual wielding two knives, and she's still trying to fucking swing at me. And she wants me to stay in the house with the front doors locked, but while she wasn't in the same room, I unlocked the doors and I fucking escape, and I'm like, what the fuck, walking away. So then she comes to the front door and says, see you in high school or something like that. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then she closes the door and doesn't say anything after that. Vandalia is drained at work right now and he still has 6 more hours to go. So anyways, yeah. I told my parents the situation after fighting with a group of people about something really retarded on Facebook that pissed me off really bad. And my parents were going to get me in trouble for going to a friend's house while she was grounded until I told her, told them about the video thing. But here's the thing, they didn't believe me about the knife situation until it was after I showed them the video. Yeah, what a way to not believe your child when he says he was being attacked by a girl with 2 knives, So, yeah, they watch the video, and then they get me in trouble after that. Then they try showing it to her parents, and her parents outright refuse to watch it. Just literally doesn't even want to. And they fucking believe that she didn't do anything, and that it was all fucking staged.
So it was basically the family of Dark Side Phil.
Pretty much.
So, eventually, my mom had enough of their shit and decided to call the police about it. So the police come, they watch the video, and then they go to their house that night, and, you know, they're being told what's going on or whatever. I don't know what they were told. And then, apparently I heard that their parents still thought it was fake, even after police come. Yeah, because your fucking child totally didn't attack someone with 2 knives, even though police come. Yeah, because you can totally fake a police vehicle and fucking people in actual police outfits. Yeah, you can totally fake that. Yeah, fuck off. So, then the detective is told about this. We give him the video footage, and here's where things really piss me off. So, I had this old laptop, and this laptop fucking sucked dick, because, like, when I mean suck dick, I mean it fucking sucked really bad, because, well, that thing was fucking falling apart, basically. Like, the hinge wasn't really working properly. The fucking keyboard was basically becoming useless to the point where you couldn't even use most of the keys. And the keys that did work would enter multiple inputs even though you only pressed it once. And the charger was barely even usable. Like, you fucking had to have it in such a specific way to get it to charge. And if you dare even poke it in any way, shape, or form, automatically it would stop charging and you'd have to mess with it all over again. And the battery life wasn't good. It was bad. But that's the only thing I had available at the time. So I decided to try and put my proof on that laptop. And since I was using an iPod 4G Touch, or wait, I messed that up. iPod Touch 4G. Even though I had that device, and I had iTunes to get it to transfer with, guess what? My computer not only fails to get the footage on the computer, but also somehow the file on my freaking iPod Touch is deleted. It's gone, disappeared forever. You will not believe how upset I was that night. Seriously. So, then, eventually, the detective decides on this. He tells me the most fucked up thing I would hear in this situation. You know what that would be? The detective said that he will not do anything unless this person that attacked me is proven that she has a mental illness. Fuck you, detective. Fuck you. The police said, oh yeah, with this proof, something should happen. No, the fucking detective is retarded himself, because even though I gave him footage, he doesn't want to do shit He doesn't want to serve justice and fucking lets her get away with it. She could have been the juvenile for that shit. And yet, the detective decides to fucking not do shit because, oh, we gotta prove she has a mental illness. Fuck you. Fuck you. You piece of fucking shit. You have now officially failed to serve justice, and because of that, you are a fucking asshole forever. You do not give a shit about people at all, apparently, and therefore, this detective should be laid off. He should be fucking fired for his bullshit decision.
Is that Mickey?
So yeah, and then one day she moved out of Colorado entirely, and I never saw her again, thank God.
Where'd she go?
She probably went to fucking... I don't know. I don't even remember.
Satan land.
She is
No, she went to...
No, she is the only person I can think of that I can seriously hope to God, if there is a hell, that I hope she goes to that hell, because she fucking deserves it. Especially if she got away. And the detective too, because you fucking let her get away with that shit. She could have fucking killed me because of those knives, but no. He fucking lets her off from allowing her to
No more Mickey!
potentially murder me. Fuck him, he should go to hell too. So what do you think?
I'm the only Mickey around these parts, fucker.
What do you think?
Psychopath gets away with it. If when she ends up killing someone, that detective can think, "What have I done then?"
Yep.
What about you, Brandon?
She needs to DYYE. Are you taking the fucking boat? Mickey?
Is there anything else I can think of?
Mickey, size me back to fucking normal, you fucking con artist.
Especially since Brandon never got to tell any. Brandon never got to tell school stories that were weird. You know?
I guess. Well, I guess I'll talk about this one somewhat dangerous situation. So I was filming my New Year's special in 2016, and during
The elegant spin.
during the filming part of the whole thing, I actually thought about using this knife to try and destroy the game. By the way, if you want to know what the video was about, go watch my New Year's special from 2016 to understand. I don't feel like explaining the whole thing, but
Let's just say he did the nice, elegant spin to destroy the game.
I mean, basically the gist of it is that I destroy a game, but it's also a skit at the same time. You'll see what I mean. But anyways, one of the things I used is this knife. This pocket knife.
Brandon, where are you?
I thought...
I can't get out of the water because I'm too small.
I thought it would be cool to have it, like, flipped out.
Press
Y,
Y,
the handle,
exclamation
maybe like
point,
this, or
size
like this. But when I was practicing it with the blade out, I actually cut my finger about this area right here. I legit cut it, and it wasn't too deep of a cut, luckily, but it's obviously enough to make it bleed a little bit. And I actually had to hide the blood from that finger for the rest of the thing because I didn't want to get yelled at by my mom about me destroying a game or whatever, and also the fact that I hurt myself. And even though I could have walked to the apartment that I was at the time, because the place I filmed at was really close.
Damn it, Mickey!
It was like up the street, but, yeah, I just washed off the blood afterwards, and I think I got a band-aid, not sure, but yeah, I actually got through the entire thing, and I hid the blood, I think, the entire way. I did not see any blood on my right finger the entire video, so yeah, that's something. I think that's the last dangerous situation I can think of.
You know another dangerous situation? When Mickey Mouse is trying to fuck you. Damn you!
When Mickey is just Mickey.
Damn you!
Or no,
Stop
when Mickey
fucking moving!
or when Mickey gets in his Mickey fuck mode. So,
Fucker!
Oh, I just realized this isn't even fucking showing the entire thing. Oh my god.
The entire thing? What do you mean?
What I mean is that this fucking entire window hasn't been shown properly. So
You mean, are
like
you showing our screen share of Gmod?
Yeah, and I've shown the fucking quarter of the screen.
No! You fucker! What? How, okay, now I have to figure out how the fuck to get up there so I can do no more Mickey body any.
So anyway, so Brandon, I guess you didn't have a chance to talk about school. Or wait, no, you did, didn't you?
In chat, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Say.
Yeah.
Is there any you didn't get to talk about?
No, I talked about pretty much all of them.
Oh my god, I need to see if your sniping kill of Mickey was caught.
Mickey Mouse.
In that case, I think we might have exhausted this topic.
This. Oh, fuck.
Well, is there anything anyone else wants to talk about, or is that it?
No, let me try to think of school stories. Do you have any?
No more Mickey anything!
I don't think so. I don't believe I have anything else.
Let me think. From 5th grade, I could talk about my Philadelphia field trip.
Yeah.
I remember there was this one fat kid who we had to stop at some buffet diner for dinner. He got mac and cheese and he squirted some kind of hot sauce all over it.
Ew.
And my mom looks at it and she's like, "Oh my god, that's disgusting." And you know what happens later?
What?
On the bus, he just falls asleep and he's out cold for the entire trip.
What the fuck?
How does that happen?
I don't know, maybe... I don't even know.
I guess... Wait, what?
It's big smoke.
Ooh. Or whatever it is.
Ooh, no.
What the fuck?
That's from my goddamn camp stories. Don't remember?
No. No.
No. Well, let me see. Oh, you do. Okay.
Yes.
Oh
my god.
I'm trying to think what other weird shit happened.
Thinking, Schnick.
Think it.
Oh, Shrek.
That's terrifying.
In 1st grade, I was obsessed with SpongeBob.
Really?
Yeah, obsessed. And this was back when the show was in its early seasons. In first grade, I think we had to do like one-page story time stuff for like sharing or something like that. I would literally just write down the plots of SpongeBob episodes in really bad English.
You never know truth there until you see this, Schneck.
Oh, I see.
Fuck. Oh my god.
Don't worry, I'm coming to decontaminate.
He moved?
What
the fuck?
Yeah, you know, my teacher actually got annoyed by my constant... And you know what I did when I tried describing these SpongeBob episodes? Any words I didn't know how to spell, I would just put in initials. Like if I was talking about Patrick, I would just put PS for Patrick Star.
Oh my
Really?
god.
And I remember once I tried putting SB for SpongeBob, but that didn't work out because one girl came up to me and she's like, "But those are my initials."
What? Are you serious? Were they?
What?
Were they?
Yeah, they were. So my initials were SBSQ.
Damn.
Oh, and speaking of which, well, before I get to the next story, one thing my teacher outright told me, we had this event on Fridays called Fitness Finders, where all we did was march around the goddamn gym, and we would end by doing like dances like the cha-cha slide.
Or, better yet, Emperor's New Groove.
No, it's ooh, Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was really cringy.
Oh my god.
But here's one retarded way I failed an assignment in first grade. You ready?
Oh no.
So we were reading some weird book about the desert, okay?
Okay.
And we had to answer a short little writing prompt. Would you want to live in the desert or no?
Oh, I already know my answer for a fucking year. Oh no, over a year. My answer is no. Why? Because it's so fucking hot. It seems like nobody wants to go there, yet somehow people live here. What the fuck? Seriously, how do people live out here? Fucking hell. Oh, but we have pools. Yeah, you have pools, but the ground is fucking hot so bad to the point that you'll burn yourself if you go barefoot. Unless it's winter.
They're
Brandon,
still not dead!
But anyway,
Brandon, were you intending to kill me there?
No, I was trying to kill Skrillex in a tree.
Oh,
Oh my god, do you want to change maps?
Sure.
Alright. Well, anyways, so we had to write a prompt. For a prompt, we had to write, would you want to live in the desert? Why or why not? You know what the answer I wrote was?
What?
I don't want to live in the desert because I went home.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah, I wrote that. And my teacher tried to help me. She's like, but Nicholas, that doesn't make sense. Can you think of any other reason? And I thought about it for like a good 5-10 minutes. And then she comes back to me, she's like, Nicholas, you have to put another answer. What you put doesn't make sense. Then I actually came up with a reason that's passable. Maybe not, doesn't have much logic to it, but it's passable. I ended up telling her, I don't want to live in the desert because there's too many desert animals. Like, I was thinking of snakes and all that.
Okay.
And then she's like, oh, that's great, write that down. I refused to write it down, and I wanted to go with my original answer for one. You wanna know why I refused to write it down?
Oh no. Why?
Because I didn't know how to spell animal.
What? You didn't write the entire sentence because of one fucking word? Oh my god! Oh!
Schnick! You failed! You fucking failed!
And then what legitimately, she actually says, but I can help you spell it. No, I need to do it on my own.
Well, grab a fucking dictionary, or do you not know how to read?
I don't think I knew how to read.
Oh!
Not very well.
How to write when you don't know how to read? Fuck.
Well, obviously, well, I had decent reading skills back then, but there were a lot of words I didn't recognize. Like, I would not, like, if I didn't know how to spell animal, I wouldn't know that that's how you really spelt it, unless it was verbally told to me. And I was still making mistakes, like even today, I still make pronunciation mistakes. That's typical. I once pronounced horizon as horizon, and that was in 7th grade.
Nick, why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me, my poor soul?
Why do I do this to you?
Hey, Schnick, are you gonna start a new map?
Yeah, do you want to go to Gotham
life.
or Mega City?
Guys, I'm gonna start a new life.
Gotham.
Goodbye, I'm gonna kill myself. Ow! My wrist! Actually,
Ow,
Very
my
nice.
balls.
I hadn't heard of that, actually.
Gotham
I
sounds
didn't
cool.
even heard it all. I don't know why.
Gotham,
I said
do you need me to send you the link?
Probably,
ow.
yeah.
My body expected that to be painful.
Alright, well, let's see.
I don't want to write it down. I don't know how to read.
I don't know how to spell it.
That's fucking.
Alright, well, I'm trying to think of other ridiculous stories that happened.
Ugh, crazy and wacky stories.
I just made you go insane, did I?
Maybe a little bit.
Did I ever talk about the farm concert?
What?
Farm?
Yeah, the thing about my elementary school is that they require you to sing numerous times
That's
throughout all the years.
Why?
I don't know. Like they're thinking, oh, maybe it inspires creativity or whatever. They even made us sing for our freaking graduation in 5th grade.
Oh yeah, because singing will have the young minds have creativity, yet we teach them to not have creativity. Yay.
Yeah, we need yummy. I can't wait to have some soup to do that for us.
What?
Oh my
Soup?
god.
Soup?
Why you bring up Rue? Why do you bring up Rue and his fucking...
that shit! Oh
Yummy,
my God.
Mommy, I can't wait to have some soup!
I swear to God, Schnick,
It tastes even better when you have a lemon.
that was incoherent.
Because it is incoherent.
That's what I heard, basically. But,
No,
It is incoherent. That's what's like in the game.
what?
what I heard was, yummy, it's even better when it has a letter.
Yeah, here's my letters F-U-C-K.
I still can't believe, Schnick, that somehow you got it to fucking spell out fuck you in the game.
No, what happened was the letters were arranged where it was literally fuck with, but without the U. The U was off to the side. But for that particular cookbook, I needed to put in the F, the U, the C, and the K. And I didn't realize until after I dropped the U in.
Fuck you.
Oh my god.
But let's
Snake,
see.
I swear to God, one of these days I'm gonna show you a fucked up video that has to do with Rue and Kanga or whatever her name is.
Oh no.
Kanga.
But anyways, in kindergarten, the particular concert we had to perform was themed off the farm.
Okay.
And I tell you, from what I remember, the teachers were freaking pissed off easily when kids were uncooperative. All of us are only like 5, 6 years old, and they're expecting us all to sit and politely give a concert.
Really?
You're 5-year-olds. What do you expect?
Yeah, and I tell you, the music teacher in particular was pretty nasty.
Oh my
Is
god.
this? Am I thinking of a different time? But yeah, I am. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, like, this was this middle-aged, short woman. I saw her again as my music teacher in 2nd grade. I guess she mellowed a little bit, but she was still no nonsense. And then by the time I graduated, the 2 music teachers were men.
Wait,
Men.
wait, what? I don't get it. What do you mean?
We
more
are
men?
men.
What, are they fucking transgender or something?
No. The old music teacher left, and a man took her place.
Oh. Was
Yeah, man. I'm a man.
Was he better?
Probably.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Hercules,
So-
are you okay, buddy?
He's being tortured by my friggin' stories.
I love
He's
how
just
as soon
talking
as
up a
Brandon...
storm.
I love how as soon as Brandon talks to him, the bird just shuts up. Ah,
And now
damn
he's
it, here he goes again. Fuck.
Hercules, caca! Damn it, he didn't copy my word.
Sounds like they're in pain or something. What the fuck? Well, maybe not.
Well, anyways,
Freaking out.
so what happened was, we all had to wear these stupid paper cutout hats during the concert to indicate what part of the farm we were, like if we were the farmer, the dog, the cat, the pig, all that stuff.
Yeah. And then you have the dunce hat. I mean,
I wish I was wearing a dunce hat, but I was wearing a dog hat. And you know what happened? I guess during one of the first concerts, I was being uncooperative. Well, here's the thing. I have a really... Well, if I'm singing as a joke, it could work, but I don't think I have a very good singing voice. Either that, or if I did have a good singing voice, at the very least, I cringe when I sing. So, what I would do in elementary school is I would just lip sync.
yeah.
It's not like I could be heard. It was like a whole crowd of kids.
Yeah.
But what happened was, I think either I wasn't lip syncing properly, or I wasn't lip syncing at all. So I start walking on the stage. I look down to the music teacher. She gives me this funny look. You know what my first instinct is to talk to her?
It's gonna be something fucking...
You know what my first instinct is?
Oh, no.
I tell her I'm the dog.
What? Okay, I have the
What?
bird with me now.
Did you hear Schnick?
No, because I went and got the bird out of his cage.
Schnick, say it again.
So, I'm walking on the stage, and the music teacher's like giving me the stink eye.
Really?
Yeah, like I guess during a previous concert, I was being difficult, and I walk on the stage. I'm wearing this paper cutout dog hat that indicates that like all the kids have to wear like to indicate different farm animals or farmers, whatever.
Okay.
And I see her, she's looking at me, giving me the stink eye. You know what my first instinct is?
What?
I tell her, I'm a dog.
What the fuck?
And she
I am a
responds
dog.
with the... You know what she says?
What?
Are you gonna sing today?
What the hell?
Eric, stop chewing up. No, don't growl at me. Stop it, mister.
Oh my
Alright, I know there was a lot of BS stories in second grade. Like, I was,
Wait,
like,
but then
second grade...
But then what happened that same day, though?
That same day with the farm concert, I think she shut me up. I just didn't respond. I just went and walked.
I'm a dog. Are you gonna sing today?
Second grade. Let me think if anything BS happened. Oh yeah, I did tell the story once of how in second grade the kid who sat right next to me was like a best friend of mine. And then by 8th grade she denied ever knowing me.
Oh my god.
When a year earlier in 7th grade she was referencing the friendship to me.
What the hell?
Needless to say, I never spoke to her again after that. Like, I pull that BS.
Pretty much just bullshit.
Yeah, those fucking bird sounds, though.
What are you doing, Herc?
Maybe
He's
he
clawing
has
at my headset and making that sound.
What?
Clawing
Maybe
at my
maybe
headset
either
and
he's
making
trying to
that
tell the audience he needs to take a huge shit, or he just wants attention.
sound. He wants attention because now he's holding my hand.
How?
Oh,
Because I went to pet his belly and now he's holding my hand with his claw.
more ogre
Nice.
anything.
You little baby bird.
Oh, let's see. Do I have a story? Another story from second grade. Oh, you know, I have a propaganda class currently, and there was one class where we discussed, why do we need to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance every day? Like, do you think that's just patriotism propaganda or something like that? And I actually brought up a story to the teacher.
Hercules, stop chewing on my
And
headset.
she's like, oh, did anyone... She actually asks, oh, did anyone ever not stand for the pledge? How are they treated?
Oh no.
I respond to the teacher, this was just weeks ago, and I tell her, I actually recall the story that happened in second grade.
Okay.
So, you know how you have to give the Pledge of Allegiance every day?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in second grade, the principal comes on the announcements and announces that, and asks everyone to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Mm-hmm.
And so we start reciting the pledge. I stood up, but generally you have to put a hand over the heart, and you need to recite the entire pledge.
Mm-hmm.
So, I stood up, but I
Hey,
did
let's go.
nothing else. I did not say the pledge, I did not make any hand motions, nothing.
Oh wow.
Give me that feather. doing on your
Immediately after the pledge was over, a secretary or some kind of teacher that came into our class to talk with our main teacher, she walked right up to me. She bends down, looks at me straight in the eye with this stern face, and she says this: "You did not say the Pledge of Allegiance. You did not put your hand over your heart. If you do this again, I'm going to make you come to my office, and you're going to say it personally for me."
What the hell?
Wow, oh my god.
What a fucking asshole.
No, stop
I-
trying to chew on the feather.
And I say this to my propaganda teacher that I have currently, and she's like, "Oh, see? You're being forced to that propaganda."
Oh my god. That's amazing. So, is that all the teacher said, or what else did he say?
Well, she went more deep into it, but I don't remember the entire lecture. Like, basically the whole point is that she was trying to make is how propaganda is meant to condition people to, like, follow a certain trend or something like that. Like how kids, if they don't do the pledge, they're being conditioned to think that not saying the pledge is bad.
Funny enough, actually, my school doesn't necessarily say the pledge, but, like, we have to still stand up and put our hand over the heart and stare at the flag the entire time. And, no, instead, typically a class would stay silent, but you'd still hear the whole thing over the announcements or the intercom or whatever. And it was mainly by choice, and that's what it's like for the majority of the classes, though every now and then you might get a kid that will still say the Pledge of Allegiance while everyone else is silent.
Yeah, so it looks like your school's not as friggin' totalitarian with it.
Here's the thing.
All of my schools have been like that.
Here's the thing. I really don't get the point of the Pledge of Allegiance. It adds nothing, honestly.
See, therefore you're, as my propaganda teacher would say, you're not part of the bewildered herd.
Exactly, because I fucking hate school. School's a piece of shit.
We've all officially, because basically we had to study the works of a guy called Noam Chomsky, who believes the U.S. population is primarily made up of two classes. The specialized class, which is basically the United States government and law enforcement,
don't you
and
shit
the
on me.
bewildered herd, which is basically the most of the dumb population that just accepts every single propaganda message put to them, and they're encouraged not to get involved or ask questions or anything. So basically, if the country were to get screwed up, the bewildered herd would be like, whatever, smartphones.
You okay, Hercules? Are you okay?
And Chomsky's, and the book we had to read, made by Chomsky, was trying to encourage readers to join what he calls the dissident class, who asks questions and wants to make change, and will not just blindly give in to any message thrown at them.
Though, of course, the problem with school propaganda stuff is that there's not too much you can do about it, especially when you're...
Yeah, because you'll get friggin' reprimanded.
Yeah, and also...
Guess what? You're free to defy it. Just make sure you pretend to not defy it. There you go.
Yeah, like fucking... Oh my god, if you ask a fucking... if you ask a preschool teacher, a kindergarten teacher, an elementary teacher, a middle school teacher, and a high school teacher, if you ask any of those kinds of teachers the following question, is school really that important in life? I guarantee you almost all of them will say yes. There may be the occasion, or there may be not the occasional.
Well, it is
rare
important to be
that says
educated.
otherwise,
It is
but-
very important to be educated.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in the sense of like you being required by law to go to school. I'm talking in that sense. I mean, here's the thing. You'll most likely get all yeses from teachers that are in preschool and kindergarten, and maybe even like the first couple grades. And, you know, rightfully so, honestly, because at least there you have the whole point of, oh, it's so then they can learn the basics of, you know, reading and writing and stuff like that. Yeah, I understand that. That's fine. But, like, when you're getting into, like, 3rd, 4th, or whatever grade up, a lot of them will say yes, but there may be the occasional, or I don't know why I keep saying occasional, but there may be a rare person that will say no, but almost all of them will guarantee say yes. Because, I don't know, I guess they're either trained to say yes, or they legitimately think yes, but in reality, after you learn the basics, you don't really need much else of what they regurgitate down your mind, honestly. Because Well, let's just face it. Do you really remember a lot of the stuff they taught you in elementary, middle, and high school? Probably not.
I think I've forgotten everything I learned about math.
Oh, see? In fact, here's
well,
how...
not everything,
damn it.
but...
Here's how important my math class is currently. Learns how to do a certain thing for a long time, and tests on it a few times, and does good on it. Gets the fall break that lasts 1 week. Comes back, forgets the gist of how to do it. That's it. That's literally it. That's how I reacted, is, how do I do this again? And it was to a point, by the way, where it's not like, oh, I remember now. It's more of, oh, and I'm saying as though I remembered on my own. No, it's like, legit, I need, like, I need help remembering how to do this. That's how bad it was. So if I can almost forget everything about that shit in a week, I can guarantee you I'll completely forget about it in a month. I guarantee you.
Schnick, why are you trying to destroy the Batmobile?
That's not the Batmobile, idiot.
It is now. Is it the Catwoman mobile?
Oh my god.
See, Nick, this is the future.
It's the Tubmobile.
The bathtub mobile. Oh my god. Don't be freaking remind me of Cow and Chicken from goddamn Cartoon Network Racing.
I've never even seen that show.
What?
I said I've never even seen that show.
It's one of the oldest Cartoon Network shows, and it was one of the early. I think it was the first one to get canceled.
Really?
Yeah, out of the original cartoons, I think Cow and Chicken was the only one to not make it to the 21st century. It was canceled in '99.
Almost made it.
Well, Cartoon Network.
I need my bathtub mobile.
No, this is the Batman taking the Batmobile.
That when you try to fly, it fucking like flips over and shit.
Hey, why are you going down?
Because I need to attach a thruster to it so it can move across the sky gracefully. Oh
You're
fuck.
gonna flip like fucking
And have an all good time.
You're gonna flip like fucking crazy. I'm just gonna let you know right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a retarded second grade story, because I know second grade had a fucking retarded stories to it. So let's see, what happened? Oh! In second grade, elementary school, Schnick learned plagiarism.
Really?
Yeah.
You used it, didn't you? You plagiarized.
So, the thing that my school always ran was the multicultural fair, where each class would be assigned a different country from around the world. I don't remember the countries that I got in other years. All I remember is I got one country twice. And then, in second grade, the country I got was Ireland. Kind of fitting, because if I remember correctly, my friend Jason's dad is from Ireland, and sometimes he takes trips to Ireland.
Wow.
I'd like to visit the UK or Ireland one day, even though a lot of people stereotype the drinking.
Wow.
But yeah. So at one point, the teacher asks a question. She's like, "Oh, it was something along the lines of, what do you know about Ireland?" I knew absolutely nothing about Ireland, because when I was young, I legit thought the United States was the whole world.
pretty understandable, I suppose. I don't know.
And in first grade, when we were learning about Africa at one point, I'm like, oh, where's Africa? At first I thought Africa was not its own continent. I thought it was a state in the U.S.
Nick,
And I'm like, where's Africa? And then it wasn't till like maybe it wasn't until like third or fourth grade when I figured out all the continents.
Wow.
But yeah, so I knew nothing about Ireland. So, but she wanted me to write something. Eventually, I looked at one of the kids right next to me, and she wrote something about, I know Ireland was founded 2 million years ago or something like that. So for my paper, for my assignment, I just wrote, I know Ireland was 2 million.
Oh my god.
I just copied off of her. And the teacher found this out. She's like, no, don't copy her.
Wow.
Yep.
Also, 2 million years ago, that's not even possible, I don't think.
I don't know what the 2 million was for. In fact, you know, that's the first time I learned that million was a number.
Really?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, and in fourth grade, there's a story where I did ego.
You what did an ego?
Fourth grade, there was a story where I displayed an ego.
Oh, yeah?
Basically, you know, there was a point when middle school and elementary school me thought that the shitty RPG was art.
Art?
Yeah.
Artistic? More like autistic. I mean, what? Anyways, go on.
Yeah, so what happened was, in fourth grade, we had to write short stories, okay?
Short stories, yeah.
So, one of the stories had to be about, curiously, I remembered one story we had to write was, write a story about, no, basically the way we would get assignments was that we would be shown the beginning of the story and basically we had to finish it.
Oh, okay.
So one story we had was, this one kid's walking around, holy shit, run! It's Duckzilla!
Duckzilla?
I'm not even kidding. I see that. And you know what's funny? Maybe even though I was retarded back then, maybe I was already part of the dissident class.
Really?
I was at one point our stories were posted on the wall and all of our covers were there to see. Everyone except me had the so-called Duckzilla destroying their whatever city it was. Me, I was more optimistic. My story was called How to Fry Duckzilla. And legit, my cover was a badly drawn turkey straight out of Thanksgiving. This badly drawn giant turkey with everyone celebrating around it.
Wow.
But everyone else, nope, Duckzilla's God. Then, here's the story where I had an ego. So, we basically had to tell a story about a genie that grants 3 wishes.
Okay.
So it had to be all about the 3 wishes, okay? I gloss over the first 2 wishes entirely, and I just skip to the 3rd wish where my character that I write in, I self-insert myself, of course, has to go through a giant maze. Because I was obsessed with mazes. back then.
Oh my god.
And most of the story was like a survival story inside the maze. A bad one at that.
Hey.
Okay, well, I apparently described to Schnick and Brandon they can continue if that crap happens, yet they still didn't learn.
Well, obviously we can't be distracted because you're gonna cover up most of it.
No, I'm not.
That's why you mute your mic.
No, I didn't cover up most of it.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. You didn't even talk.
Did too.
Brandon, did he talk?
We both didn't talk.
Ha!
Because now I'm trying to snipe where Schnick is on this map after taking my lovely shipmobile.
There you go, Schnick, proven wrong.
Okay.
And yes, I did mute my mic on the stream.
Oh, okay. No, I heard everything you said.
If you go on the stream, you won't.
But I heard you.
Brain eaters.
And you're gonna distract me.
Oh my god, Schnick. Fucking hell.
Schnick, it's the brain eaters. Astro zombies.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. So anyway, yeah, most of the story is a survival story inside of a maze. And it's a bad one at that. Like when I have to explain, oh, they're trapped in it for over a week, how'd they eat? And then I just badly explain, oh, the maze has restaurants in it.
Wait. What? Wait, the maze had restaurants in it?
Yeah.
Did you have to pay for food there?
Probably not.
Oh my god.
So, the way the teacher decided to grade this particular story was a grade from himself, a grade by me, and a grade by another kid. Okay?
Okay.
It was on a 6-point scale, 6 being the highest. Just to give myself a little bit of slack, I gave myself a 5.
Oh my god.
He and the other kid gave me a 3.
Wow.
And I refuse to believe him. Like, why'd you hate this? I made art! And my teacher is like, well, explain to me. Why do you think it deserves a 5? What was the assignment? To write a story about a genie granting 3 wishes? Yes. And what did you write? A maze.
Did he even mention the fact that you skipped the first 2 wishes?
Well, they were in there, but they're like in like the first 2 sentences.
Oh. Wow. Surprised they gave you a 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I am surprised he gave. Maybe he gave me some credit for the creative premise, but ultimately felt I was missing the point of the assignment.
And I bet you if that kid gave you an exact 3, he probably just copied off your teacher.
No, I think the kid put her grade down first, and then he did.
Oh, so the teacher copied off the kid! Oh my god, what a plot twist.
Yep. Meanwhile, I'm trying to think if there were any other ridiculous stories I had to tell. Oh. Oh no. In 5th and 6th grade, I proposed writing a book series.
Oh no.
And I did.
No.
I tried writing a book series where legit it was, oh, everyone hates Nick. Now Nick is evil. How is he gonna get good again? No, seriously. There was, like, I had just seen Spider-Man 3 at that point, so I pretended that I got some variant of the Venom suit.
Oh my god.
And at one point, my dad, who I make this big scientist for some reason, because I really preferred my dad back then, my mom tried disciplining me. She was right to do so, by the way, but I just thought she was being mean. And I kid you not, there's one story of that stupid book series where my dad separates that symbiote thing, and my ma immediately punishes me for life, saying, "Oh, you're never allowed to have fun again. You're not allowed to do this, that, the other thing."
Oh my god.
And the symbiote thing shows up again, and then my dad, my cousin, and my sister are telling me, no, don't do it, Nick, don't do it, Nick. And then I say, I have to. I put it on, I attack, and like, to my mom, look at your divorce.
Huh? What'd your mom say?
My dad says that to my ma. My dad says, look what you've done. And I wrote in the divorce.
What? You knew
What the
about
fuck,
divorce?
That is how bad my ego was.
So now we have 2 shitty RPGs from Schnick, and now a never-before-seen shitty novel. Is this based in the RPG universe?
What the fuck just
It
happened?
may as well should. Actually, I think the second shitty RPG that you're playing was partially inspired by that stupid book series.
Oh my god.
Because in the shitty RPG, you know how Schnick, he's referencing how a bully put him in prison? Oh, that's another story. Oh, no. Do you want to know? You know, I told the story of how I lost my game privileges, right?
Uh-huh.
For the up until, like, 7th grade, I made up a story. And claimed it was the real reason why I lost my privileges. And it was a fairly real story, but it had nothing with me losing my privileges. You know what it really lost me?
What?
The ability to sit with a friend of mine. Like, basically, our desks in 3rd grade were arranged in, like, 4s, and we were called teams, alright? The team I had was a friend of mine, the jackass who kicked the chair out from under me, and a girl who was, like, very authoritative. Okay. So in 7th grade, we were being taught cursive.
Yeah.
And one point, the thing is, we had to write part of the assignment was to, like, write the same letters in cursive over and over and over again, and then I think we would have to write, like, a few practice sentences using words with the letters.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the practice sentences, so I claimed that I just put my notebook where I was writing down the cursive in away, and I started reading. But then the authoritative girl noticed I didn't finish, and she tried to snitch on me.
Oh my god.
She raised her hand to tell on me, And I tried, and foolishly, I tried putting her hand down.
Are you sick? Oh my god, Brian, you fuck with ropes. I was wondering what you were doing.
So, yeah. I tried putting her hand down. My teacher eventually notices, and there was this one kid who moved away. She demanded me to move my seat to where that one kid used to sit. And it was a table that was all girls.
Yeah.
They didn't like me, understandably so. And I tried numerous times to get moved back to my original seat, but to no avail.
Wow.
Like once, she said, "You know what? I'll think about it. I'll think about letting you back." And then I go to the one kid who pulled the chair out from under me eventually, and I tell him, "Hey, I'm coming back." And then he was pretty pissed off. Don't blame him. And I go up to my teacher, and I try to mention this drama to her. I'm like, "You know what? Now that I'm going back to team number 4, this one kid's not happy about it." And then but the teacher responds by saying, "I didn't say you were going back for definitely."
Oh my god.
And I never did.
Wow.
So what happened? So, so I told the story how I lost my game privileges. Basically, I saw the class clown intentionally hitting his head against a wall, and he had to go to the nurse to get a pack of ice. I tried to imitate the same thing by pretending I had a condition where I had to bang my head on the floor. I finally got my chance to go to the nurse's office, and when I got back, my teacher put a phone call home. I go home, my mom and dad are mad, they take away my game privileges.
Wow.
Until, like, towards the end of middle school, well, actually until 8th grade to be more specific, he kept claiming otherwise. I basically made up a fake story.
Oh my god.
This story was that oh, I need to do cursive. Authoritative girl tells me I have to do more. I try to put her hand down, she stops. A couple of days later, she wants revenge for me trying to stand up to her. She goes up to my friend, pulls a chair out from under him, he gets hurt, she blamed me, and that's why I lost my game privileges.
What?
Oh my gosh, Nick.
I knew that story was bullshit, and I kept protesting it as true. They're in 6th grade. 6th grade. I was sitting in art class. I told the story. The girl was in the class with me.
Wow.
And one kid who actually felt sorry for me went and confronted her personally. And then he's like, so you got Nick in trouble, right? And she's like, what? I got him in trouble? I don't even talk to him.
What the hell?
And then the next day he comes up to me, he's like, liar. It wasn't until like 8th grade when I finally stopped telling that story and I confessed the real reason why I lost my privileges. But if we're being honest, that's when I started cheating and I started feeling less bad about it.
Wow.
Connection problem.
Connection.
I'm having
So
connection
what
issues.
do you think of elementary school / middle school Schnick's ego?
You were a
Was
fucking
probably a bit too high.
asshole. You were a fucking asshole back then, apparently.
Oh, I was an asshole.
Huh?
I was an asshole, and you wanna know why?
Why?
Because I thought it was cool.
Well, I mean, you were an asshole, yet you still didn't get the ladies. What the fuck? Oh, wait, maybe because this was, like, not 2000s yet, so therefore it didn't work because it wasn't that time yet. You probably would have had better luck if it was, like, early 2000s or so. Maybe 2010. Maybe 2010s or so.
Oh, if I knew the hashtags and all that, I probably would have had the ladies. But I'll tell you one thing. Eventually, by middle school and high school, people had caught on to how I was kind of the special kid, and they started... And well, some kids were bullying me because they thought it was fun, and truth is, I deserved it. I would say by 8th grade, I had started to learn not to be a stupid idiot.
Oh, wow. 8th grade?
8th grade.
Damn.
That's basically when I began to transition into a more mature state.
Yeah?
Yeah. Granted, I still had problems. And granted, I still wasn't quite sure how to do YouTube humor or anything like that in high school. Like, if you watch some of my early YouTube videos, they're not quite as bad as what middle school shit a bit. But
I think they're still bad.
Well, I wouldn't be well, some of my early stuff I wouldn't be rewatching. Like, for instance, in early high school, well, in 7th grade, I had an old YouTube channel. I made a few friends on there. When I came back, there was this one friend I made on my old channel that was sad I decided to leave, because I deleted the first channel because I was afraid my mom and dad were going to find out. And then when I made another channel, like at the beginning of sophomore year of high school, 10th grade, what happened was I tried messaging him announcing I was back. He never responded to me.
Oh, this story.
What?
Oh, this story. Also, I'm having heartburn in the corner. Don't mind me.
Wait, you remember the story?
Yeah. No,
Yeah, it's that story.
I don't recall you telling the stream this, though.
Oh, okay. Well, what happened was, so there was this one friend I had. I'm just gonna name him because he doesn't seem to be on YouTube anymore. It was a YouTube channel called Lexax 2009. I was doing my original KH Recom Let's Play on my old channel, and he loved the KH games, so that's how he found me. And he was really sad I had to go when I wanted to delete my channel to avoid my mom and dad from finding out.
Yeah.
And what happened was, when I came back, he for some reason abandoned his Lexax account and made a new account called Herga Durga Donkey Kong.
What?
What?
I know, it sounds stupid.
No, repeat that. I don't want to fucking hear that again.
My god. Herga Durga Donkey Kong.
Really?
I'm giving the MarioTube stare of disapproval.
Oh my god, that's something you definitely don't hear every day.
Yeah, so I messaged him on his new channel saying, "Oh hey, it's Schnick, I'm back." He never responds.
Okay.
Well, more specifically, the way I said it. First, I sent him a private message saying, "Hey, it's Schnick, one of your old friends and subscribers. I'm back. Do you remember me? If you remember me, please respond." Never responded.
So he didn't remember you?
I don't know. And I'm never going to know.
Yeah, why shouldn't he?
Because legit, it began a 2-year campaign of me trying to get his attention.
Oh my god, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years. Once I got him to respond to me.
Wow.
Once. And he didn't answer my question. He did a video where he was testing out his EasyCap capture card, and I asked him if the EasyCap capture card would be good for me to use, and if I could use it on my PS3 or my Wii. He actually responded saying, "Oh, it should work."
Wow.
That's the only time he ever answered one of my comments.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and the thing is, legit, all I wanted to know is if he remembered me. Never would he answer. Never. And it's not like he was away from his YouTube account 99% of the time. No. There was this one other channel he got into fights with all the time in the comments of his videos.
Damn.
Did you get your water bowls out?
So he just outright ignored me, and it eventually accumulated with me making constant references to him in my own YouTube videos, though I never named him.
Yeah.
And a very little fraction of middle school schnick survived in those references. At first, I was calling him the meanie. And then later on, I started calling him the guy when I thought meanie sounded too childish.
The guy.
I think I called him that because I played the game I Want to Be the Guy, and I thought that game was too hard. But yeah, the last of the references towards him came in 2013.
Huh.
When KHD collection was announced officially. I basically made a video acknowledging the announcement, saying, because the thing is, he made a video because he was a big Nintendo fanboy at one point, and he was really hoping a theorized KH collection would come out on the Wii U. And when it was announced to be PS3 exclusive, I kind of silently rubbed in his face in my announcement video. And then the final video he ever made was basically making a pretty mature statement against Sony fanboys that were happy about how it was exclusive. And he says, well, it doesn't matter. If I want to play the game, so I'm just going to have to get a PS3. That's fine. At that point, I kind of realized I was being over-aggressive with the jabs at him because he would never respond to me. And then I actually posted a comment on his video saying sorry. You know what he responds with?
What?
He deletes the video.
Oh my god.
He deletes the video, and then months later, all of his videos become private.
What the hell?
He was gone.
Just disappeared.
Just disappeared. The channel can still be looked at, but there's nothing on it. Probably not helping that YouTube hides the personal activity of its channels. Like you can't really see if they like videos or subscribe. Well, I'm sure you can, but I think they have the ability to turn it out.
I think they used to do that, and I think they might have gotten rid of it, but again, I don't remember.
Yeah, and I'm able to see whenever on some channels I'm able to see when they like videos or subscribe to people, but that's it. Like I can't really see if they leave comments.
Yeah.
Baby?
Is that all to the story?
Yeah, more or less. He would never respond. So who do you think was wrong? Like,
I think
was he wrong for just ignoring me without any context? Or was I wrong for being a bit too pushy?
I mean, I didn't expect for you to even go for 2 years of all things.
Well, it's not like I was messaging him every single day of the week for 2 years. In fact, there were periods where I just gave up.
Oh.
Like, there were periods where I gave up, and then he would have, like, no activity on his account.
But what made
And
you
then,
come back
and anytime he became active again, like, at one point when he was stopped putting up Let's Play videos, and after he made a big video basically displaying his Nintendo fanboyism, that's when I unsubscribed from him. I ended up resubscribing after he made that KH video, giving his mature opinion. And then after he deleted the video and still would not respond to
I
me,
rinsed him out.
I would send a message every once in a while, or like drop a comment on like one of his latest videos. Like it's not like the only comment I ever gave him was, "Do you remember me?" Like sometimes I would like make acknowledgments about, oh, what happened in certain videos. I'll admit, once I sent him a message when that was desperate. Once I sent him a message saying, "Come on, do you remember me or not? I think your videos are really good." I compared him to like 2 other YouTube channels that I watched at the time, Hoodie Mage and I think, yeah, Hoodie Mage and I think Hyperswirl they were. And I'm like, oh, your videos are as good as theirs, and that's saying something.
No response.
No response.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, legit, like, what do you think?
I mean, I guess he would be in the wrong for not even answering properly.
What do you mean? I'd be in the wrong for not answering properly?
He is.
Oh, he is? I mean, I'll admit, like, I was a bit too pushy. Like definitely, you could. Some of the messages and comments I sent him were a bit desperate to get his attention, but I don't think I ever reached, like, stalker level or anything like that. It's not like I tried to find his other accounts or anything. Like, all I wanted to know was if he remembered me from the old days, and he would not even answer that.
Yeah. I think that's pretty weird. But,
Yeah, like,
yeah, we're over the 2-hour limit, though, so we should get this wrapped up. We're over by 3 minutes.
and this is where Van Dealer will probably say, "Oh, guess what, Herga Donkey Kong, you're now famous."
Oh my god. Anyways, you should wrap your story up, Schnick.
But yeah, anyways, if he somehow comes across this video, oh my god.
If he
I don't
does,
even
I'll have
know
to
if he
watch
has-
over an hour of it.
Yeah, if he comes across this video, no hard feelings anymore. If I wronged you for some reason, I was retarded, schnick, back in 2008, 2009. My channel back then sucked hard, but I refused to admit it. But, you know what? I've moved past begging for one person's attention.
After 2 years.
Yeah, like, the thing is, during those 2 years, I wasn't constantly at it, but I always had it in the back of my head. But after his channel went completely dead, he deleted the KH video after I said sorry to him. And I just realized, my friend Jason ultimately got it through my thick skull that it wasn't worth it anymore. And I just gave up. It's like, you know what? if he wants to be the dick, he can be the dick. And I just moved on, and that was definitely for the best.
So, with that, we have reached the end of this episode finally. So, let's see. All in all, I guess we can sum this up with school is stupid. The Pledge of Allegiance is basically the Nazi Heil in a way.
Oh my god! How did I know you were gonna say that? And like the whole reason why you brought
that.
Yeah, like the whole reason that speech was brought up was because we were shown an old Walt Disney short that was World War II propaganda that was called Education of Death, the Making of a Nazi. And in that short, these kids in a classroom are shown this little cartoon animation of this one predator eating a rabbit, and the one kid who stands up and says, "Oh, the poor rabbit," gets laughed at by the class and is mocked by the teacher and everything until he learns, yes, the rabbit must die. We are strong. Like it was meant to be like a metaphor.
Oh my
Like
God.
basically the predator was Nazi Germany and the rabbit was like the weak Nazis.
Wow.
And like basically it was meant to be propaganda by Disney to make the US citizens agree with the war by demonizing Germany big time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe you
And
fucking
yeah, the
knew I
whole
was gonna
reason
do
why
that
we
shit.
brought up the whole pledge thing was because it was similar to the whole Education of Death short.
Wow.
I can't fucking believe you knew that I was gonna say or reference Nazi.
I know, my god.
Wow. Okay, well,
Or specifically, it's the Sieg Heil. Sieg Heil.
well anyways, so yeah, school's stupid like always, they don't teach you shit. Pledge of Allegiance is like the Nazi Heil.
Wow, guys.
Apparently. Whatever.
What else is there?
Someone's your bedroom night.
I'm trying to think of one for getting hurt. I guess for me, don't flip around a knife when the blade is out and be an idiot. Or better yet, don't play with knives. And, if someone doesn't remember you, don't try for 2 years.
Because you're just wasting your life.
Like
Kind of.
Like how school is wasting your life, too.
Nah, I think school can be worth it.
Not the entire 12 years, no. Or whatever amount of years it is. But anyways, I guess we will see you guys next time. Or Vandalia will see you whenever he does something else again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bang! Bang, bang!
I did that shit the last couple times. Oh my god. How many more times are we gonna do this?
Oh my god, that's from my Rugrats in Paris video.